Nyland tried to center it out to Sutter, went right through. What's the shot from Brown? Oh, I'll tell you, that's pretty strong extension there. Here's a look at the super slow-mo. Larson moving out. Now at that speed, that's an easy save.
I thought it was going pretty quickly in the super slow-mo.
Boy, that was a great save.
Now the face-off near Doug Keens. 3-3 in the third period. Troy Murray against Steve Casper. Troy Murray on with Larmer and Watson, Brown and Nyland. Casper on with Reed and Johnston. On defense, Telvin. Reed knocked down. Nyland with Johnston right on his back, spinning him around. Taking the puck. Larmer, he's very much a take charge guy in this 3-on-2 break. Here's a chance. Watson shoots and scores. Bill Watson as the Hawks come through on a 3-on-2.
Boy, you can't execute a 3-on-2 any better. It all started behind the net in their own end. Coming out, Larmer over to the right side, actually made a pass on the skates, and Watson makes no mistake. Gosh, he turns it around and gets rid of the puck so quickly. Watch Keens. Let's see if he commits a little quickly. He's back pretty far in the net, almost like he was guessing low on Billy Watson, and Watson let him think low and just snapped it right over his right shoulder. Here's a look at the super slow-mo. Troy Murray feeding to Watson. Watson, you can tell how quickly he got rid of the puck, and he actually shot it up high almost into the middle of the net, but Billy Watson turned it around and did that transition so well, from receiving the pass to moving it over to his side and getting the shot away. The middle guy there is actually Steve Larmer. There's Billy Watson, number 14, and Troy Murray was off to the right. That's a nice feeling when you get back to the bench with your second goal of the game under your belt.
Chicago leads Boston 4-3. Just shy of the 4-minute mark in the third period. Near Keens, Troy Murray to face off with Steve Casper. Larmer on the right of Troy Murray, waiting to get a quick shot away if Troy Murray can win this face-off to him. He's unable to, but here's Nyland. Watson is in front and open. Ooh, and he can't get the puck by Telvin. Boy, was Bill Watson left alone in front. Opportunity for Boston. Reed to Johnston, back to Casper, and Nyland is there to take possession. His pass comes in the middle to Larmer, to Watson. Watson a shot, and it deflects just wide. Now Larmer in front. Bill Watson shoots. Did he score? The puck certainly isn't in the net. I wonder if when it hit the body of Keens, Keens might not have been behind the goal line, because Keens was way back in, and I think the Blackhawks feel the puck was in, and I sort of sensed that, Bill. I sensed that the puck hit Keens when he was well behind the goal line. Not well, but 6, 7, 8 inches.
He may have been. I'm still trying to figure out how Watson missed the first one. He tried to go high. He knew that Keens was down. He tried to jam it right up over him. And at this stage, the officials aren't even consulting with the goal judge. Here's a look at it wide. Shot comes in front. Larmer around back in the net. There's Watson. Now he fans in the first one. Here's where he tries to go high. Oh, Keens gets the leg up and gets that one. And I'm wondering if he's not arguing that Keens' leg was perhaps behind the line then. Let's take a look at it from this angle. We'll come out to the bottom right. There's 14 Watson. Fans on this one. Here he goes. Well,
pretty close. I think it was a no goal.
Or was it that one there?
Well, certainly with the pad, I think it was no goal.
It's pretty tough to tell unless you have a camera across that plane. But even if Keens makes the save up in the air, if it's behind the line, I don't think Watson could have been arguing for that. Maybe it was when it was on the ice.
Certainly the goal judge from his position would have had no chance at all. Shot away. Really didn't have much chance to get good control.
But Olczyk put it right on the forehand side, too, which was key. That enabled him to get his shot away.
Right in front, a loose puck. And Secord takes possession. Falls down, gets up, centers. Here's Ray Bourque. He's Crowder. He shoots.
Oh.
He scores. Oh,
yes.
Right up under the crossbar to tie it at 4. Keith Crowder.
Doug Wilson was arguing it for a second, but there's no question it went in off the post, I believe, and then to the far side of the net. Crowder had time to look up, had one of the Hawks in front of him, and had to make the decision very quickly to shoot high. What a pass by Ray Bourque out to him. Now watch the Hawk go down in front of him. So Crowder very quickly makes the adjustment, goes high over Bannerman's left glove, What a pass by Bourque along the boards. He made a move to get away from Preston and threaded the needle out to Crowder. What a heads-up play by Crowder. A lot of guys would have buried their head and shot right into the Hawk defenseman coming out. There you could see clearly that it did in fact go across the line, and that bad news for the Hawks, but boy, the Bruins are coming. They've knotted it.
25-23, 4-4 is the score. Almost 11 minutes to go in regulation play. Off the boards, Neely. He'll cut in. He shoots. He scores! Cam Neely from just inside the blue line. And yes, Boston now has led. They lead it 5-4.
Wow, what a turnaround. And I don't even think we can fault Murray Bannerman on this one. He has struggled all season long, struggled a bit tonight. But this shot will go right inside the post, and Bannerman is out cutting down the angle. Look how close to the post that is, and Neely caught it all. Bannerman was pretty well positioned. Pretty good cross-ice dump dangerously by Alan Peterson, but it did get through. Neely never does touch it before he shoots it. Man, that's right inside the outside post. I got a feel for Murray Bannerman on that one. Neely just drilled it home.
Oh, he's still a youngster, but already in his 4th NHL season, the former Canuck Cam Neely, his 35th goal of the season in 9:25 of the third. 2 goals in less than a minute for Boston.
He certainly is decisive. Kenny Lensman coming back, giving Rich Preston all kinds of trouble. He gets that stick around in between his legs, and then he's at his mercy. Boy, once you get, look at his stick right between his legs. Once you get into that position, you're in the driver's seat as a checker.
Why is that, Bill? That is, I know what you mean.
That is the one place where you can tie a guy up completely. Defensemen try and do that in front of the net. Once you get that stick in between a player's legs, you're just, it's like he's on a shish kebab. You can do whatever you want with him. Grill him a little bit, flip him over.
You know, I think people would say, well, if the stick's between your legs, why don't you just trip over it and draw the penalty? But so often you fall down in front of the net, you miss a scoring opportunity, no penalty called. You're doing everything you can to stand up when that opponent defenseman has the puck and has that stick right between your legs. That's as old as the game is, isn't it, that trick?
Yeah, it's so old it's not a trick anymore. It's something that is taught at a very young age.
Keens playing the puck up the boards. O'Callahan intercepts the shot. Keens the save. Darryl Sutter shoots. He scores. Darryl Sutter is tied it for Chicago, and they're going wild at Chicago Stadium.
Boy, Keens again is in the same position of that disputed Billy Watson goal there. He still lies there. This time, I thought we might have had a replay of the same situation that Watson ran into, but Koharski started signaling goal right away. It's just dumped at the net. A scramble. There's Sutter. Look how much time he takes to get the puck away. Hardly any at all. And, you know, I think Keens actually got it and moved it out of the net again. But Koharski, we could see him to the side motioning. Goal, goal. Sutter all the way. Gosh, he has to block it with his glove to get it. Keens might be advised to lie across the goal line a little bit and not completely in the back of the net as he has the last couple of times.
For Darryl Sutter, his 4th goal in the last 3 games. Now you
believe have had shoulder problems at one time or another, and Darryl's had it the toughest along with Brian of St. Louis.
Here come the Bruins. Middleton along with Bourque. Bob Murray back. Bourque deflects it and he scores. Oh, what a play by Ray Bourque. They're a bit unhappy that Bourque was taken down heavily and make that very unhappy. But what a pretty play, and Ray Bourque gives the Bruins the lead 6-5.
I'll tell you, he was taken down so heavily he lost his stick, his glove, and his helmet. I thought Middleton might have lost his opportunity to get it over to him. Bourque is streaking down the left side right now. Watch Middleton misplay it. He loses it, then gets it back, and he still has to make a little chip shot pass over to Ray Bourque. See if we can watch him going into the boards. There goes the stick, the helmet. Oh, he gets a shot in on Mike Stapleton, doesn't he, after the fact?
Well, he tells him that I know you did it, but I'm happy. I'm going to get up and celebrate.
But Middleton does such a great job at recovering. Watch this little chip shot pass right over Bob Murray. Gosh, we've seen Bob Murray on his hands and knees enough tonight.
21st of the season for Ray Bourque, the Bruins' leading scorer.
A little shot after the fact.
And if Stapleton were looking at him with any grimace, I think he would have gotten a second shot.
Boy, can he get up on the play? He's a defenseman. He's the guy that's cutting in all alone on net, waiting for that pass from Middleton, and that's the thing that makes him so dynamic, along with the Mark Howes and the Paul Coffeys, that ability, that skating ability to get up on the play on a 2-on-1 situation.
Now the Hawks changing on the fly. Up ice is Crowder. He takes the pass. Sees Sutter. Gives it quickly to Lensman with Simmer. The shot. He scores! May have gone off O'Callahan. O'Callahan's blade broken right off the shaft of his stick, and it is now 7-5 Boston.
This one handcuffs Murray Bannerman somehow. It'll be interesting to see if it does go off O'Callahan, because if it doesn't, it's a short side goal. Watch Bannerman to the top. Pretty straight, Ken. Do you think O'Callahan tipped it?
Well, I know his stick broke in half. It did go pretty straight, though.
Gosh, right inside the post. Murray Bannerman once again seems to be far enough out of his net to cut down the angle, but Lensman really caught it.
That is the 15th of the season for Lensman at 12:56. So we have had, in a 2-minute span here, a total of 3 goals. And in just about 3.5 minutes, we've had 4 goals. 7-5 Boston. And the fans now all saying the same thing at jam-packed Chicago Stadium. We're not even going to make the playoffs. O'Callahan. He shoots, deflecting in front, loose puck. Bourque unable to center. Bourque. Simmer. Lensman. In fact, they scored on their last 2 shots, the Boston Bruins had. Michael Kelvin. And Bannerman makes the save, and the crowd loves that. 4:12 to go. Bruins by 2.
Boy, they're giving Murray Bannerman a tough time here with that token applause. Every save that he makes, the easier the save, the more the sarcastic applause and cheering from this crowd here in Chicago.
Gator. And Bill, very quickly now, we've mentioned Chicago, Minnesota, Toronto trying to battle for the final 2 playoff spots in the Norris division. Chicago plays home against Minnesota, at Toronto, home against Toronto. Minnesota plays home with the Rangers here in Chicago and at St. Louis. Toronto plays at Washington, home against Chicago, and at Chicago. So they're going to have a pretty good chance, especially Chicago, Minnesota, and Toronto, to decide it among themselves the last week of the season.
Oh, there will be a tussle down to the wire in the Norris division, and it's only fitting that it should end up that way. It began that way and really hasn't changed all season long. It's been a very competitive division.
But then, hey, have a chance, don't have a chance, realistically, if anything could happen. The shot just wide, 25 seconds to go. Gary Nyland, a drive, deflects, he score! It was Secord in front. The Blackhawks back within 1 with 22 seconds to go. And now they have a real good chance of tying it instead of an unrealistic chance.
Well, they only have 22 seconds to go, Ken, but it all starts with Troy Murray winning that faceoff. Gosh, they've dominated the faceoffs. It goes back to Nyland. It'll go off Secord's pad. No one is out on Nyland. He gets the shot away. And I do believe that went off Secord's pad. It looked as if it went by his stick, right off his shin pad and into the far side on Keens. We'll get a good look at it here. Oh, right off the shaft of his stick. He didn't get it with the blade, but his stick was in the right spot, right off the shaft of his stick by Doug Keens.
Second of the night for Secord. 28th of the season. 7-6. Bruins. Now the face-off at center ice. Bannerman still at the Chicago bench. 22 seconds to go.
They don't have a choice here, Ken. I believe they're going to have to they obviously have to get it up ice real quick. Murray might even try and go ahead with it. He didn't, but he lost it anyway. Here's Bourque.
Bourque shoots. He scores! 4 seconds after Secord's goal, Ray Bourque scores, and it is 8-6 Boston.
Boy, did he solidify his Rolaids Player of the Game award tonight. That's 2 goals, 3 assists for Raymond Bourque of the Boston Bruins, and he made no mistake about it. He drilled it in the air all the way, right into the mesh of the net. Murray tries to go back on this one and win the faceoff. He slaps, you see him slap Kasper's stick. That meant he was trying to knock Kasper's stick out of the way and draw it back to his defenseman, but he lost the draw cleanly to Kasper. Kasper to Bourque. No mistake there, huh?
Boy, how important our faceoffs.